Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is August. In the music world, I go by August James or August James Live. And today, we're going to show you our process for how we vibe code an app and how we build it. So, I came up with some ideas for features, and then I wrote a prompt, and then I asked ChatGPT to improve the prompt and add to it. Um, and I'm about to paste that prompt into a tool that I use called Adaptive. So this is adaptive.ai, and it's a really awesome vibe coding tool. You can build anything, build apps. You can attach, build revenue models. Like you can process payments. You can upload videos, use AI. There's anything you can vibe code, you can create. So I'm going to paste in this prompt here. And this prompt is actually a prompt for called a project called Build the Vibe or Project CC. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a YouTube channel, use my August James Live YouTube channel, and I'm going to live stream building in public, and then share that with you guys. So what I've built here is a interface for our stream. So we're going to start this process, and we're building an interface for our live streaming community. We'll call this like the community core. And so this is the prompt. And basically, I was trying to think of what would be an awesome tool that I could use to get feedback from all of you guys while I build and while I live stream. Um, if you're here for the music, you can check me out at augustjames.live. And I'm a musician. I play electric blues, I play soul music, I play funk, I play rock. But just scrolling through here, I'm going to take you through some of the features. So we got primary goals, be a streamer community interface, make it simple for viewers to contribute ideas, call those potentials. So I'm going to make it where I can get feedback and ideas from our community, and we can hopefully build something better or stronger or a cooler project or cooler idea. So that's going to be the whole purpose of this project is building in public and kind of seeing how that goes. Um, so let's see. So something I'm going to work on is trying to keep the conversation going and keep talking while we use these vibe coding tools or we use AI to do the heavy lifting. I'm actually still learning to code. Since I've discovered AI and vibe coding, I've kind of just been doing that and relying on a lot of that. Um, but when I really try to work on an app, I'll load it up in Vercel. And I'll go through and complete it. This is an example of a project that I'm working on. It's called Semble or Semble.rocks. Um, and this is a platform or a tool that I made in Vercel, but I built the actual AI and the actual project. I built that in Adaptive. So what you can see here is like a AI interface for emergent thinking or systems thinking. So I built an AI, and the model or the prompt is for right now it's create a school for systems thinkers. And this is an example of like what it does. So it goes through and it looks for patterns. So I've trained it on some different models. I've trained it on all of the systems thinking terms and words and concepts, and even some of the newer terms and concepts. And what it does is it gives a systems thinking analysis on a problem or what you're trying to do. So I told it I want to build a school for systems thinking. Then this is the output that it gave me. Um, and then it looks for leverage. And you can specify this and kind of tune it to your needs. Um, but this is a really powerful tool. For those of you that aren't familiar with systems thinking, um, if you're a software developer, you're probably already using some of the concepts from systems thinking. We have education systems, we have political systems, we have biological systems. The human body is a system, and you can identify some of the patterns between these things. And there's a lot of learning that you can do for systems thinking. There's some really good tools. I'll link some tools in the video description of this video. But this is like an example output. So mission and philosophy, core programs, leverage points, and implementation roadmap. So this is all on the site. In order to get to this, you can go to semble, so semble.rocks/y, and that'll take you right to it. So it takes you to this page. So let's check in on this. So this is our app that's going to build our interface between our stream. So let's see how this is going. Adaptive takes a little bit. I've noticed Vercel is a little bit faster, but Adaptive is doing more on the back end. Adaptive is doing like scaling for you already. It's doing a bunch of things, and you can build fully working apps with this. Adaptive's whole like pitch and marketing is they want to be like an app store in your pocket. So kind of mobile first. You go on there and you need an app or you need something done. You just vibe code it and you create it, and then you can add those apps to your homepage. I can go out of here and I can show you. I have a bunch of other apps that I've been working on. But yeah, so it's kind of vibe coding exists in like this land of like, now we live in a day and age where we have these tools available to us, and you can customize anything you want and tell it exactly what you want. And so you can build your own custom apps or tools or software. You're a musician, you're in a band, you can build your own ticketing platform. You can build your own website that accepts tickets for your next shows coming up, and you don't have to pay somebody for that. You get it directly to your bank account, so you don't have to worry about that. So a lot of these vibe coding tools eliminate the middleman a little bit, and you can just do it yourself. Now, on a cybersecurity standpoint, that has created some issues, and it probably will continue to create issues because people think of vibe coded code as not as safe or secure as handwritten code, and this is definitely true and apparent. But a lot of these tools are learning really fast, and that's something to take into consideration. But yeah, I'm telling you, this is the future. There's going to be a lot of people creating apps and customized apps for themselves. I feel like this is going to be, like vibe coding is going to be a lesson taught in school or like future schools where they teach people how to use these tools and how to customize them for their needs. So let's see, we're going through. What you see on the screen right now, it's something called gratis.cc, and that is an app that I'm building, and I actually want to build this with the community that I build, and I want to make this a very open source project, and it's an app built on gratitude. So I actually want to maybe even make it a challenge. Somebody design the best model and the best app or the best prompt for an app centered and focused around gratitude. So you want to thank somebody for paying for your Uber, you can send gratis. You want to thank somebody for contributing to a project in an open source community, you can send gratis. So I kind of want it to build it as like a reputation coin, or like a reward for impacts. People can go on there. I had this original idea, I called it respect a while ago, but this has kind of evolved into something I call gratis. In Latin, gratis means like gratitude or thankful or thank you. There's actually a word that means gratis, that's gratis, and that means like free or pro bono, but gratus with a US, that means just gratitude or thank you. And so, yeah, I want to pose that as a challenge to the community. If you have a really awesome idea for I almost want to call it like a peer support platform where you can go on and tip people, you can make comments. It's kind of a platform focused around positivity and encouragement. So again, I called it a support economy or support culture. So that's kind of what that whole model is based on, and how we can support builders and artists and people doing what they're doing. So let's see how the progress is going. So yeah, it takes a little bit. Adaptive is doing a lot in the back end, and we've asked a lot of it from this prompt. I'm actually, this might be too much. I think this is, a lot of the lessons are early vibe coders that tell you take your big platform and product and break it down, build it into smaller pieces, smaller components, so you don't overwhelm the AI, and then you get a better output of those smaller few features rather than trying to dump everything into it. which is what I should have done here. I think this is too much for it, but hey, fingers crossed. Let's see where this goes. I think that I might be able to do a lot of this or most of this. And sometimes what I do is, if it doesn't get all of it, I just literally copy and paste the same prompt in there and say, hey, make sure you added all these features and do not miss them. So yeah, that's kind of what I do to make sure it gets there. But a good process is to break it down and add like phases. So phase 1, we build these features. Phase 2, we build these features. And then phase 3, we build all of these features. And then maybe phase 4, you add some visual touches or improve the app visually speaking. So that's one way to do it. So I can just take you through the Semble. So you get systems archetypes for this analysis, and you get evidence, and you get resources. So it has 3 different modes. You have a key leverage, like fast insight. You have your current core text, and that's the default response. And then you have your thorough or your deep dive model. So this is kind of like deep research. And again, Semble, this tool that I'm building, is a tool to teach people systems thinking and how to think in systems. It's to teach you the values of systems thinking. So there's a big term in the world of systems thinking and in something called emergent strategy, which is for the aid of life, for the support of life. And this is powerful knowledge, and it should be used responsibly and to support life and support people. A lot of the systems that we face today are complex, and they're getting more complex. And we can understand them through these principles or through these strategies. This specifically is called emergent strategy. This is something that I researched and that I'm studying. And I've read a book on it. It's called Emergent Strategy by Adrienne Marie. And she is an awesome author. You should definitely check her out. I'll link her book in the description of this video. So this is a little bit about Semble. And I have a lot more in the works for it. But it's built with adaptive.ai. It's on there. This is a little model of adaptive capacity. So in systems thinking terms, that's a community's ability to adapt and learn and respond. It's called the adaptive capacity. And so with systems thinking and more people understanding systems thinking, you can improve that, and you can improve your adaptive capacity within a system. These are some different glossary terms you can learn here. All of this is available, and all these features and tools are available on, if you go to semble.rocks, so just that one link, semble.rocks, and I can go into that. I'll make another video outlining what this is and how it works, but this is kind of the pitch website for that. So let's see, let's check in on our app, let's see how it's doing. So I'm going to upload this as like a test video to see how it all works. I'm going to upload this to my YouTube channel. I might make a separate YouTube channel for these build videos and keep my music separate. I don't know. I kind of want to combine the two and like do like some videos about music and then some videos about coding and building, and seeing like in this new world, you don't have to have one job. You can be multiple things. You can do multiple things. You should focus, and you should focus your energy, but you can do multiple things. And so this is like me saying, I really like technology. I like building things. I like software. I like vibe coding. And I really like music too. And I think I can make a channel where I talk about those two. So I'm a professional musician. Is my main job. I teach music. I teach guitar. I teach voice lessons. But I kind of have this niche, or this like inspiration with vibe coding, and I want to try to build up a community for it. I want to try to teach it. I want to get more people building in public, building open source projects, and I kind of want to start a movement with this, and some of these ideas that I'm working on and starting to share. And yeah, I want to create a culture where the best idea wins, create a culture where communities support each other and help each other learn. So this is going to be kind of the entry into that world. I'm going to try to live stream. I'm trying to make videos and content. My content will be mostly focused on like updates and live streaming the building process. And then my music videos and stuff we make with our music. Um, I know there's a lot of people that say like, oh, keep all that separate or, be in separate worlds. But this is a really important part of me. I was actually going to school for computer engineering and wanting to work on this stuff. And then I just really, really fell in love with music and wanted to focus on that. And I'm kind of finding these two industries again. I want to combine them. I built an app. I built some apps for music. This is my music website. If you go to augustjames.live, okay, so if you go to augustjames.live, you can actually see my upcoming shows on there. Um, and yeah, these are the shows. These are my past shows. I've done 31 shows this year. I just created the site about a year or 2 years ago. So these are all the shows. And then I have a little bit of a bio on the main page. If you want, we play electric blues. We play blues, rock, funk, jazz, soul music. And we just released our first song called City of Soul, and that's streaming now on all platforms. Just search City of Soul by August James Live. This is my focus. I'm a musician on a mission. I'm also a big altruist, and kind of been in the nonprofit world for a while, and want to share ideas that help people and support people. In the crypto world, it's called refi or regenerative finance, but we can talk more about that later. But that's a whole other topic. And so I also have partnerships. If you are a company or in the music industry, and you want to partner with me, I'm looking for partnerships for my band and for some of these companies that I'm working on. This is Semble. I built an app, and I'll show you guys. I'll make a separate video for this showing Guitar Guide, but that's an app to teach guitar. Yeah, and so this is an app that I built. You can also book our band if you go to the Book Us tab. That has a form where you, if you're in the Chicago area, fill this out and get your date on the books. We'll get you dancing. We have a pretty big repertoire, and we have a lot of energy. So yeah, or you can email me at theaugustjamesband@gmail.com. So now let's go in and check in on that app that we've been building. So it's been about 16 minutes. So let's see. Creating user interface. See, we gave it a lot, so we gotta be patient. We gotta let it take its time. So you gotta be patient as a vibe coder too. But some of the tools are improving; they're getting faster. The big thing, if any of you out there is from the adaptive community, as a community, we gotta come together and we gotta improve the visuals for adaptive. Like we should brainstorm and come up with some themes, and we should improve adaptive's like visual design. I think as a community, I think we should submit like ideas for themes, like show like a trending theme or show like community submitted themes. But I think I think adaptive definitely has a lot of room to improve in terms of visual output and visual display. So if anyone is listening, I know Charlie's one of the community managers at Adaptive. We would love to see Adaptive improve visually for some of the default apps. Even make like suggestions. That could be a whole another update to Adaptive where it's called like the visual update, where you have themes and common themes that you can go with. You can have like branding, like patterns and schemes. I think that would be awesome. Even like themes that kind of like adapt with you, like as you create projects. But yeah, so that's a big reason to use Vercel. Vercel is really good at the visual game, at the side of